Okay, we have some marvel and some mystery from Spain. I say marvel as we have this Muga and we have this Imperial. I haven't put the CVNE 2015 Reserva in because I've done it elsewhere and I drank my last bottle. But here is the crianza and this is the mystery. It follows the mystery of the last one, but we'll make reference to it. But I suppose we should start. Where should we start? It's very difficult to know. Let's start with the mystery of why. Well, actually I know where we'll start. We'll pour, I don't know if the camera is catching, a bit of diluted grape juice. We shall pour some of its much older, darker cousin, and we shall pour something different. Now, I need to find a way. I have changed lenses to the Z lens for this because I have got a Rode wireless. Well, hey, so I've got a lapel mic, so that audio will start being a lot better. However, in the meantime, I've just gone back to the Z lens, which is just very quick. It's an amazing little kit lens, but let's see in the meantime. These, although you won't be able to see, when I was pouring, I don't know if you could see, but this one is much darker, but we'll get to that in a second. But look at this. This looks like you've mixed a percentage of water. And I don't know why it is. It is the Tempranillo 2015 Crianza, and it has the lack of body of a vino de mesa, un vino joven, but it doesn't have the lovely fresh fruit of a younger wine, and it just doesn't have the body. And I'm convinced, and nobody can tell me why, that they're making, and I'm not the only person, I'm not just some weird guy who's convinced, but there seems to be something weird going on. What I don't get as well is how they get 90 points, and I'm pretty sure Parker did not give 90 points for this. He gave 90 points for the Crianza I know and love. And so I used to think it was the bottle, so in England you used to get the screw top and it was just awful like this. So when you could get the cork top again, I thought fantastic, we're back to the usual ones. It is, you'll see, a sort of a composite cork, which is not like the good crianzas you get in Spain, but again, times change. I haven't had a decent CVNE crianza for a good few years. This is actually a 16, I'm sorry. But there we go. Let's go through the rigmarole of trying it. I gave this to certain members of the family who just went, this is not good. I think this is what we'll do, is we'll put two of them to make a bottle, to make some bourguignon. It's already gone a bit acidic. I opened it on Monday, it is now Tuesday. It's not good. However, we shall move that aside because we have two of the finest sort of good wines you can get, and they are around £20. You can get these. I got these two in Marks and Spencer's or Waitrose cellar. You can also get them all day long in Majestic, for those of you in the UK. So by that I mean, yeah, they're pretty widely available, but they are amazing. They are both 14%, as you'd expect. They're both 2015. They're both Reservas. Now, Muga is, I do have a soft spot for Muga. I used to drink a lot of it when I was younger, and when I was a student I taught English as a foreign language, and Paco Muga was one of my language students. So of course we started talking about wine, we went to drink wine. I went down to La Rioja and had a fantastic, met all his family, absolutely amazing. But at the same time he was starting to make a cava. We're going 20 years back, right? which is now an award-winning cava, and I dare say even Philip Schofield, dun dun dun, rates it. Yeah, I mean it's and he was making a Sauterne as well, which I don't think has been followed up. It's very, you know what Sauternes are like, and quite frankly, I mean Navarra does make some amazing Sauternes. So let's get to it. The Muga. It is a pleasure to look at, let alone drink. It is. This is a stonker. I mean, you don't even need the smell that is coming towards me, and the colour in the glass, the way it is. I mean, it's just this is what, and this is 25 pounds a bottle. Now, a lot of you are going, wow, well that's, you know, a lot to spend, and I will let you know I do not drink these bottles of wine every day. But there are lots of people who do spend a lot of money on wine, and we are still in lockdowns. We're coming back into a lockdown, and quite frankly, there is nothing in the cheapest pub there is that is £20 a bottle or £25 a bottle. If it is, I mean, it'll be worse than this, which I know right now I'm finding it hard to believe, but I have been there. There are exceptions. There are some exceptions. There's, I mean, you may Brinkley's in Hollywood Road that serves wine at more or less wholesale prices. You may get something decent there. There are a few places, but in general, £25. I mean, it's cheaper than a couple of glasses you'd get with a takeaway. It is just amazing. We're going to get on to the Vivino in a bit to see what people say, but oh, I mean, it's got that big bold tobacco, the big fruits. It's got the complex spices. It is just an astonishing wine. The finish, the alcohol is just perfect. This is I mean, I've got it at the right temperature, but it is just an astonishing wine. And you may not be surprised to know, but as is the Imperial. And I'm going to wash it down with some water, clean the palate. The Imperial is also, I mean, it is a wonderful wine. It is available all day long at 20-some pounds. It is astonishing. I mean, it really is. I mean, just look at it. It is just another pleasure to have in a glass. Like the, I wouldn't know which to choose, to be honest, between the Contino, which is about £25. It's like, I think Contino is in theory slightly higher than Imperial, but I may be wrong. It happens sometimes, and I would stand to be corrected. But I think this is about £20 most of the time. Contino 25. It is a wonderful dilemma to have if you don't know which one to choose, but honestly, I'd probably go for the Contino. The Contino to me is a bit more vanilla-y. It feels a bit more modern. I may be wrong, but it feels a bit more modern, whereas Imperial, it may just because I've been drinking it for donkey's years, it feels a little bit more traditional Rioja, but I don't drink as much as I used to, or as much as you probably need to have the palate that I used to have when I drank too much. And obviously I never drank too much, but yeah, from my own personal cut that. This is wonderful wine. So let's whip out our Vivino. Because I would like to go through, I do like going through Vivino reviews. They are one of the best things to ever happen to wine. So, I have here the Imperial open already, which is this one, which, what people talk about. So, reviews, what people talk about. Let's start with that. So there are two sections in, there's what people talk about and the reviews. We'll start with what people talk about and show more. So oak, vanilla, tobacco, absolutely. Leather, earthy smoke. Maybe the earthy is the more traditional, and the leather, I haven't got smoke in it. But then I haven't done any barbecues recently. Plum, blackberry, black fruit all day long, cherry, red fruit, raspberry all day long, licorice all day long, pepper, cinnamon, yes. Prune, dried fruit, raisin, yes. Cream, cheese and oil, no. No. Maybe that's the I don't know what's going on there. Toast, almond, marzipan. They've been on a, I don't know, violets, no, lavender, no, dried flowers. If potpourri smelled like that, I would buy some. Tomato, grass, asparagus. There's some weird people out there. Citrus, orange, marmalade. Apricot, quince, stone fruit. Okay. The top few are fine. We are now dragging the dregs. Medium ruby. This is deep. It is not medium ruby. It is pronounced intensity, red plum. Yep. Oh, coconut. Yeah, I would go. I love coconut and I love this. Maybe I'm just getting carried away. Cedar, forest floor. Now, maybe it's because I've been a mountain biker, but I've grown to distaste. I really don't like the taste of forest floor. It usually means I've fallen off. But no, mulch is never a good thing. Yeah, I think we're done with the usefulness of Vivino on the Imperial. Let's go for the Muga. Now, Muga has a few wines, and when I was younger and wines were cheaper, and there was a restaurant in Spain, in Soho. Let me just do, I can't do two things at once, not exciting things at once. So we need 2015 Muga Reserva, £20. So let's go with what people talk about. Oak, vanilla, tobacco, plum, blackberry, black fruit, leather, earthy, smoke. I'm sorry, but those first three these are all identical. We've even got the cheese cream yogurt person. What is going on? Founded in 1932 by Isaac Muga Martinez, now run by the children Isabel, Isaac, well, I knew Paco Muga, who was a cousin. What's going on here? Let's go in at 8 black. Okay. Well, I suppose, unfortunately, these wines are very similar, and I think people just get carried away and start doing the same things. But you will find all of the things that I said: almond, violet, dried rose. Actually, yeah, but not in a bad way. You know, the kind of the very hint of the kind of rose essence that's nice, rather than the like you've kissed a supply teacher. We won't go there. Green mango. Nah. Peach, green apple? No. We're getting off. So, the first ones read exactly like this one, but it is. The prune, raisin, dried fruit. And it's funny. Would I be able to blind taste and separate them? Yes. The Muga's more leathery. They're both amazing. Anyway, so in the middle there should be the CVNE Reserva, which, if you get the good ones, they're brilliant. The CVNE crianza, usually the good ones used to be between £7 and £10, and it was just lovely. It used to make my day. It's just a very drinkable, quaffable red. But the wishy-washy one, I don't know what's going on. It literally, But in the middle you have the CVNE Reserva, all day long. Amazing, £15, £10 a bottle from Majestic, from the usual culprits in the supermarkets, slightly more expensive. Generally Majestic, etc. is cheaper down here. As you get here, they sort of equal out. this Muga is lovely, and do explore Muga because they have the Torre, it's called the Torre Aldea or the Prado Enea. Torre Aldea. The Prado Enea is astonishing. They only make that in really good years. There is the Torre Muga, which is astonishing as well. There they do whites, which are really, really good. They do a cava, which is outstanding. And yeah, if you can't find Imperial, get yourself some Contino or just get the Reserva, because these are what makes Rioja the best value, greatest red wine there is. So, we are back with lockdown. We are back in lockdown, sadly. Well, we're heading that way, it seems. I have been locked down for 2 weeks after coming back from Spain and France. I went down to France and got you a load of bottles of Bordeaux, but had to take them backwards and forwards, couldn't find a place to... they boiled in the car, and then they were undrinkable, even though I'd taken the notes. But anyway, I will try and salvage something, because I did have a bottle of the Clinet Bordeaux and a bottle of Lynx Page, which is, I mean, I just had some really nice Bordeaux, and they are ridiculously expensive, way more expensive than these, very different to these, because they are, I mean, you know, good Bordeaux are in the class of their own. But, you know, there is, if you never try a bottle of Clinet Pomerol, and all you ever get to drink in your life is this, you will die a happy, fulfilled person. And with that, I will leave you for the next one.